How y'all doing? I want to send a rest in peace to the late great Sidney Poitier. What can you say about one of the greatest actors ever? You know, he was a groundbreaking trailblazer for a black man in his 60s, late 50s, 60s. You know, he did so many classic films, and when you watch his work, you can't help but be blown away about how he was dedicated to his craft because you know, I remember watching the Defiant Ones with him and Tony Curtis, Raisin in the Sun. They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, To Serve with Love. Obviously, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, because that's like the one that everybody kind of, that was like a groundbreaker. And yeah, he was the brother that was out there alone representing. And some people had issue with his prim proper, how he was, his diction. Some thought he was a stone cold gentleman. Depends on wherever you come down. But one thing about it, he personified class, dignity, and respect. The guy was great at his craft. He definitely had a vibe about him, a character about him, all the way from the islands and beyond. And, now obviously, a lot of those classes came before my time. But I remember going back, watching them all. I remember Lilies of the Field, which I always watch around December. Loved the way that movie spoke volumes for that time. Speaks volumes for now. Obviously I loved all the movies with him and Bill Cosby. That was my get down. I love the movies. Because if you think about it, he was the precursor to, the straight lace and the comedian, which became the black cop, white cop, the buddy, black and white guy movie combo. And before Ice Cube, if you think about what Sidney Poitier did with Cosby. So those combinations and connections were incredible. But They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, To Serve with Love. A lot of those films, the Defiant Ones, Social. I loved Uptown Saturday Night. He was a strong orator. He was a strong representation of black malehood. He was a strong representation of belief and achieve through obstacles and odds. Just an incredible talent. And like I said before, he belongs in the conversation with any black or white actor you can name. He's a Mount Rushmore of black excellence, because before there was Denzel, before you could say Billy D. Williams, before you could say Calvin Lockhart, before you could say Morgan Freeman, before you can say Danny Glover, Samuel Jackson, whoever you want to characterize, Wesley Snipes, in the black world. But when you see other black actors, such as Taye Diggs, such as Terrence Howard, I can name others, they carry his lineage of excellence, and the way he had a pose, he had a certain distinctive quality about him, and it represented a certain distinction. He was truly one of a kind. Thoughts and prayers are with his family. He lived to be 94 years old, and I remember I bought his book. Remember I bought him and Harry Belafonte and Bill Cosby, etc. And you can forget about Stir Crazy, which was at once upon a time the highest grossing black film with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. So he had tapped into so many avenues in front of and behind the camera. He truly was a Renaissance man and a very gifted talent, and he will never be forgotten. One of the greatest to ever do it in the entertainment and the arts. Because everybody who came thereafter is in debt to him. Tyler Perry, Eddie Murphy, anybody you want to name who's front and center on TV, they eat off of his plate. That's how important Sidney Poitier was to the culture and beyond. And he represented with class and dignity. Please give me your thoughts and takes on Sidney Poitier. Please hit that like, or subscribe, or welcome thoughts and comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And we're remembering a great man. Rest in peace.